You know, giving in churches is one of those things that most people, most pastors and ministry leaders don't always necessarily want to talk about. However, it is vitally important to the success of your ministry. Now, we know God's going to provide and God's going to do what He wants to do in your ministry regardless. However, having funds and resources available to your ministry is always puts you in a better place to do ministry. Let me tell you a little bit more in this week's Simplify Church Minute. Hey, I'm Josh Henry, Chief Simplifier at SimplifyChurch.com, and in this week's Simplify Church Minute, we want to talk about giving, specifically how you can overcome obstacles for people to give to your ministry. You know, one of the main reasons that people have struggle or that pastors struggle to have people give is they don't talk about it. They don't, other than passing the plate and saying that we're going to enter our time of offering after the worship service, there's no other talk about giving. Giving tends to be a taboo subject in some churches. We want you to make giving part of your DNA. Generosity for your church needs to be something you talk about, something you encourage, and something that you don't shy away from to enable people to understand why giving matters for your ministry. The second reason people have obstacles, you haven't made it easy. If you don't have online giving available, it's not making it easy for your church or for people to give to your church. The days of folks carrying cash and checks are gone. Most millennials may not even know what a checkbook is at this point. You need to make giving easy to your church in a simple application on your website. That couple clicks, they get it done. No PayPal, no Venmo, none of those options. Something that is proprietary, that looks like your church, and people can have confidence when they give. You're also, the third obstacle here, you're not creating a culture of generosity. If you're not talking about giving, if you're not talking about generosity, if this isn't part of your core value of your ministry, you're missing out. People need to understand giving is a spiritual discipline. Giving is an act of worship. Giving is one of those things that God calls us to. He says, bring me the first fruits so we can fill the storehouses. You know, while yes, that was Old Testament, that was given in Old Testament, that part of God's command to us didn't go away. We're still to give to God, give back to God. God gives back to us what we are to steward of His resources. But first we must give to Him. You know, you need to make that very known to everybody in your church, in your ministry, that you are given the chance and the opportunity to lead to be better disciples of Christ. You know, over the next few videos, we're going to talk more about how to alleviate barriers to giving, how to create a culture of generosity, and what that can mean for your ministry, especially as we head into possibly some months of the year where giving sometimes decreases. We'll also talk about giving and as that pertains in a post-pandemic world that we live in now. So, again, I'm Josh, Chief Simplifier, SimplifyChurch.com. Thank you for joining me for this week's Simplify Church Minute.